Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the self-healing series. Today's video is about I live because I want to, not because I have to. And I'm bringing in this thought and this mindset shift maybe for you. I'm presenting it here because I feel there's a lot of tension, a lot of energies that have been trapped in us associated with this holiday season. And so I think this is a very important step of where we can ground ourselves, or what we can ground ourselves in, if you're feeling overwhelmed or if there's a lot of pressure coming in this holiday season, which I honestly have been working with myself for a long time, and still I can feel this, that it's coming in with different aspects of this season. It can certainly feel like we're being pushed from different sides, like the pressure's on with different aspects of the holiday season. There's a lot of pressure towards what we think we should be doing, what's expected from us, and it's just an overwhelming time right now. I'm for the first season, I would say that I'm more in the role of an observer, and this is why I'm noticing how much pressure is accumulated in our bodies subconsciously only throughout the season, but also collectively. We are giving or sharing the pressure between each other, and this is how also it fortifies. Even if we choose to do things differently, then often we find ourselves, after the repetitive pressure from all sides, that it can just be so overwhelming, and it's easy to slip into the role of the victim, or just to feel pain, or just to feel excessive physical pain in this season. And it's so important for you to have some kind of anchor to come back to. And whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you feel that pressure, to be able to come back to yourself, even if it's not right there in that moment, because it can be so overwhelming that we can lose ourselves for seconds. We choose the have to be doing, what's expected from me, what I have to do right now, so many times, instead of choosing ourselves. And of course, under this pressure, it's easier for our body to feel the tension, the fear. What happens if I don't fulfill this expectation? But a good grounding point that came to me today is, I live because I want to live, not because I have to live. And this should be the superior grounding point to whatever's going on. If you choose yourself, obviously, if you choose your well-being, your body, and even if you only halfway are able to choose yourself, even if still you're saying yes to all the things you don't want to be doing, even if you're saying yes to half-aligned things that are half okay with you, that are like, okay, I'm gonna do it even though it's not 100% yes, I'm still gonna do it. And even if we have these in this holiday season surrounding us, we can compromise, because this is the self-healing journey, is a journey. It's about making mistakes. It's about learning again and again, where is my center? Where is that alignment? And if before I have always only experienced, for example, certain seasons, like the holiday season, if I have only experienced them in the non-alignment and complete non-alignment, then the first time I'm an observer, probably I'm not gonna get it all right. probably I'm gonna compromise so that I feel like it's not such a big transition for me. Because saying no to others and saying yes to yourself is triggering in itself and can create a lot of outbursts of whatever has been stored there. So you first need to experience it as an observer, where maybe you're gonna make a compromise, you're gonna go halfway. Okay, where's the pressure? Until what level can I hold that pressure within myself? But whenever you're able to come back to yourself, because it becomes an addiction, it is also a form of addiction, trying to satisfy other people's needs before your own, trying to be there for others and do the right thing. That becomes an addiction. It's a social understanding that this is what we have to do. That's what the good girls and good boys do. This is what the correct thing to do is. And if you've been living with this, shifting this into I'm fully aligned with myself, I don't feel fear or pressure, I decide what I want to do and I'm okay with that decision, that takes some transition. And therefore the result is, okay, I don't need physical chronic pain throughout the holiday season. That is also a decision. And you can find yourself under so much pressure that it results in extreme resentment to even doing something. I've myself been experiencing this, that the flow of creativity, I can feel it's there. I am inspired. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, what I want to be saying here. But just this season is so different in the flow, because there's so much that we have been pressured previously to do, that we can often find ourselves not wanting to do nothing at all. I just find myself resenting in doing what I agreed with myself to be doing. And it's so understandable. It's completely understandable, because you have been under so much pressure and you have been for years programming yourself to doing what you don't want to be doing, what you're doing and you're not sure why you're doing it. Therefore, the pressure that concentrates in our bodies is intense and it's overwhelming. And to find always the center throughout this season, I would say, requires even more coming back to yourself whenever you can, even more trying to fit in meditation in the overwhelming mind, in the overthinking mind, even more grounding yourself, whatever works for you best, but also trying to find the balance and not punishing yourself if you don't. It's easy for us to find ourselves in the middle of those sides, in the middle of the version that we used to be, that wanted everything to be perfect, everyone to be happy, everyone to be satisfied, and stepping into the confident version of yourself that knows that your alignment, your well-being, your feeling good is the priority, and long-term is the only way you can be pain-free and you can be healthy and your whole reality can be healthy. So shifting to that version and understanding how is it I want it, and making that space between those addictive moments of I have to, it's urgent, I have to. That's the right thing to do. And creating that space in between where I have space to ask myself, is this what is aligned with me? Is it aligned with me? Is it truly aligned with me? And repetitively asking yourself this throughout those different actions that you've been programmed to do. You've programmed yourself. You've agreed that is the way that my ancestors have been doing things. Therefore, this is how I have to be doing things. But starting to question that, is that true, or is there a better way for me where I'm going to be satisfied and others are free to be satisfied or disappointed or angry or mad? Obviously, it's not, the radical shift isn't going to work because it is so triggering for our nervous system that if we shift things too fast or too radically, then we can find ourselves in the burnout of the whole being lost, and then we panic and we go back to the pattern because that was safe, that was what we knew. So we go back to the non-alignment because that has become for some time our alignment, even if it consisted physical chronic pain on the background. Okay, so if these days throughout this season you're waking up with tension, waking up with pain, you're sleeping worse than in the other times, or you find yourself more distracted, or you find yourself you can't even go to meditation, things like that, the key here is to be there with that version of yourself. To be there with that version that is overwhelmed. Be there with that version that is scared to disappoint. Be there with that version that is under pressure and is in pain. Because it is understandable that since the whole world is going crazy throughout the holiday season, your nervous system is triggered from all the sides. And everyone's goal is the same. Everyone wants the same thing at the end of the day: love, appreciation, attention. We all want the same thing. We all want everyone around us to be happy and satisfied. We want ourselves to be happy and satisfied. We want ourselves to be abundant. We want everything around us to be perfect. Everyone wants the same thing. But we often forget that the most important at the end of the day is how you're feeling. And then you're able, if you're feeling well, you're able to see the reality with the lens of gratitude and of abundance. You're able to be grateful for that, and you're not just hoping to survive the season, which is the fight or flight mode, which is the survival mode, which exhausts you then for many months to go. The goal is to bring more space into this season, more space into now, more relief into now, into the days that you're living them right now. The way you're living them and the way you're under pressure and the way you're triggered, that is correct for now. And right now, during this day, you can choose to change this. You can choose to bring more grounding, more awareness to today. You can create space, even if it's for 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 1 hour. But it's so important to create space right now and not to go into the survival mode until the season is over. And then you wake up completely burnout and exhausted, and you need vacation after a vacation. And you, in the long term, and for the body, for the muscles of the body, and for just the long-term sustainable outlook, it takes a long time to recover from the non-alignment. Therefore, if you are surviving the non-alignment right now, if you're going over yourself on a daily basis this season, then to recover from this will require a lot again. But on the other hand, you are able to bring that relief to the now. You're able to create more space and ask yourself, can I do less today? Is it possible for me to not be in survival mode today? Because next day will bring new challenges. Every day will bring its challenges. And you can look at those days with a different lens, with the outlook of, okay, I know there will be challenges, there will be triggers, maybe more than ever, more than throughout the rest of the year. They will be there. There will be tension in my body, probably. I can be realistic about that. I don't have to be naive and lie to myself. I'm doing fine. I can do more. I'll put on a load from you and from you and from you. Don't worry. But you can allow yourself to feel into what you're feeling right now, today, and okay, there are challenges. What part of the challenges do I actually enjoy? And with what energy? How can I turn that energy? How can I shift it so that I'm doing these challenges from a good point of energy? It doesn't matter what we're doing, but what matters is how we're doing it, with what energy. Meaning, if you're doing something with the pressure of I have to, this is how the body feels inside. This is how tense your muscles get. I have to, because if I don't, then what? You have to ask yourself, what comes if you don't? If you don't, then I get punished, then I get rejected, then I disappoint, that I make someone angry, etc. That's the one phase, realizing what sort of tension is it there? Why do you feel like you have to? Why do you feel overwhelmed? And it's okay that you don't want to. You end up not wanting to do the next thing, to get the next thing done. That's okay. So the first phase is realizing, why am I scared? Why do I have to? Why do I have to? Once we release that, we're able very easily to shift what was I have to into I really want to do this. Because this is the person I'm becoming. Because this will make me proud of myself. We can shift every action from the pressure of I have to into the mode of I want. We can shift every action we're doing into the mode of I want. I want to do this. I want to be the person that does this, that gives. I want to. But we shouldn't be, because the holiday this season is a lot of pressure on giving. But if you're giving with pressure of I have to, then you are exhausting so much of your energy that's not necessary. You're not getting back, because then you'll be expecting others to fulfill that void of where you've been giving from. But if you're giving from the perspective of neutrality, if you're giving neutrally, if you're giving because you know you want to be that person, then you can fully shift that energy into I'm giving and I don't expect anything in return, because I give what's aligned with me. I don't ever have to over exceed myself, because in the end of the day, it's not about the money. Money is energy. We put the pressure on money. And I talked about money in other videos, and it is triggering. That's why we speak about it, to activate the triggers within you. That's why I'm very grateful when you're reacting on my videos and you're sharing your perspective. I fully respect your perspective on things, but everything is neutral at its core. So whatever is triggering us to say something, to contradict, there is truth in that for us. Because I give these videos with the satisfaction of I did it and it's there, it's available. My my understanding of this world is available for you. In the same way I need triggers to activate things in myself. These are available triggers and available neutralities and available resonations for you, and you can find them there, but that's where it ends for me. To me, it's the full cycle. So once you do something with the closed cycle, which is I understand that I don't have to, I choose to because I'm becoming this person. I know I am doing it and I don't expect anything in return. In every action, the giving and receiving has to be closed in order for you to preserve your energy, in order for you to be okay and to feel good, to feel neutral, to feel healthy, to feel good with yourself. But whenever it's getting too much, and if you're sensitive, then this season there is a lot of energy, there is a lot of extra pressure, there is a lot of overwhelming stuff. We go the extra mile to things. So there is stuff coming at you from all sides, and it's okay for you to say, I need more breaks, I need to rest more, I need to be less productive to preserve my well-being, to preserve my energy. Because unfortunately, most of us want to be more productive because we just see, okay, this is what it needs to be done. The holiday season, a lot of us step into the holiday season with the fact of, this is stressful, this is the overwhelming season, I have to be more productive. But for a human being to be more productive than other months makes no sense. It's not sustainable. It just drains your energy. Therefore, you're the one who chooses how this holiday season will go. How it will go. If you will allow yourself to do less, to be less productive, to take it more easy, and all of that is up to you. And so grounding yourself in the superior, what matters, because at the end of the day is our being here depends on us. And it is a choice. But if you're gonna be constantly going over yourself, then it's gonna become I have to be here. I am here because I have to. I live because I have to. Not because I choose to. But that choice, if you live because you choose to, is yours. So today you can choose to live because you choose. And you choose what you're doing is gonna be. Don't live just because you have to. Don't survive this holiday season. Take this as an opportunity to do things differently and to be a little bit more aligned with yourself, to preserve your energy a little bit more. Not extremely, not expecting that everything's gonna change and you're gonna be resisting all the pressure, you're targeted with all the with the whole world. You're a target, you're a customer, you're targeted, right? More than ever. And it is overwhelming, it can be exhausting. but you can choose to be a little bit more aligned, a little bit more relaxed, with relief, with your energy preserved on the first, with you a bit more of a priority than you used to be. Really glad this download came to me of this topic, because it's a very actual this is something I feel right now. This is something that resonates a lot, and I haven't seen it through. I have been pushing. We are pushing until we see it through, until we see the awareness of that lesson. So we do push, we push through. Okay, but I have to be, and I was in that belief, I have to be more productive because it's this season and everyone is doing more, and so even I have to be more. So I was even in my mind, I was protecting the version that is overwhelmed. But long term, that never works. Long term, your pain is only gonna get more frequent and more intense, and we don't want that. We don't have to have that. We have a choice, and your choice makes a big impact, not only for your well-being, but you inspire with your action everyone around you. So you being grounded can help others be grounded also. All right, thank you for being here. I hope this brings some ease and relief into your holiday season, and have a great relaxed as possible. You are the one who chooses to bring little breaks into your day, not to go rush it and go over yourself until you break down completely, but you choose to bring that one relaxing bath into your day now, because now is the most fast season of this era, I would say, right? Everything's happening so fast and the pressure is so strong. So you choose to take that meditation, you choose to take that nap that you usually wouldn't, but you're the one who can allow yourself this not to collapse in the end. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.